and Gary wanted to keep the laugh as real as possible, for as long as
I'd
possible.
run out of laughing.
You run out of them, I know.
Yeah.
And Gary asked me off camera to cross my eyes, essentially do a stupid face at a certain point in a line that would then push him into a laugh that had nothing to do with the fact that I was doing a stupid face.
I don't normally do these kind of speeches, but this feels like a big moment. I know it's not easy being banished from MI5 to my department, but that's on you. Only screw-ups get sent to Slough House, and I've got to be honest, working with you has been the lowest point in a disappointing career. Right.
What's going on, fellas?
A real talker.
Yeah.
I am a real talker. I talk a lot. Probably should talk less sometimes. Guys, before I'm going to get into it, I need to know the biggest mystery of the show, those socks, man. Gary, is this one pair that you're using constantly? The holes in it, were these like holes you created in them? This is very important stuff.
Yeah, well, he's written in the books. When we first meet him, I think he's got his feet up on the desk and he talks, and Mick describes the holes in the socks. They do wash them.
Good to know.
But they are the same pair of socks, and the holes are. We made the holes on the set to camera. Once we set up the shot, we made feet on the desk, and then the costume department came in with their scissors and and then I just walked around a bit, dirtied them up. Yeah.
Well, good to know. I mean, well, that's one pair that's got its use for sure, in that case. Gonna ask you guys get to work together. I like the chemistry between you two. It's kind of, giving shit to each other. But what's the favorite thing about each other? Jack, I'm gonna start with you. What's the favorite thing about Gary through working with him and kind of being around him that you picked up on?
My favorite thing about working with Gary is knowing that no matter what I do, the scene will end up great. It's lovely to step into the ring with someone as good as him and know that, he will take your hand and pull you around the floor. And make everything twice as good. It's a wonderful thing. It's like sitting in a really nice car. It'll make you look better than you actually are. So it's a wonderful thing. But as a person, I love the fact that he does not take himself seriously. At least outwardly, there's not an ounce of it. And for someone that's done what he's done, to have. He's just a naughty kid at the same time. It's just...
I'm 12.
Look, you've aged a bit then, in that case.
But if I could add to that, to use your analogy, if you've got a dancing partner, you've got to have someone who can move and dance. If you're going to take him for a spin around the floor. So Jack's, I think, an amazing talent, and he's got great intuition, and so we can spar. We can knock the ball back and forth a bit. We do share, as we have a very similar sense of humor, don't we?
Yeah,
I would say almost. Yeah, we're brothers from a different mother. So in that sense, we get on very well on the set, just as as people. But I think that feeds the work. We feel it's very comfortable, safe, familiar. That's what you want. That's the thing that you want on a set. You want to feel safe, and you want to feel that you can fail. and make a fool of yourself, and that no one's going to judge.
Here's the thing. Gary and I did a scene where Gary's got to laugh at a certain point. And the nature of filming, obviously, you do it again and again and again and again. And Gary wanted to laugh, keep the laugh as real as possible, for as long as possible.
I'd run out of laughing.
You run out of them, I know.
Yeah.
And Gary asked me off camera to cross my eyes, essentially do a stupid face at a certain point in a line that would then push him into a laugh that had nothing to do with the fact that I was doing a stupid face. And that matched with the fact that I watched you. There's a scene where he strokes a cat, and there's a moment where we couldn't have the real cat, and it was Gary's close-up because we didn't need the cat, and they put a jacket on the ground, and Gary stroked the jacket as if it was a cat, and whilst looking around. And I got to stand there and watch that. And that was one of my favourite moments on a film set.
What, when I was stroking a jacket?
Stroking a jacket, pretending it's a cat. And I was like, that's acting.
That's it. Yeah,
that's it. That's the game.
It's all that green screen stuff. Where you go, what am I looking at?
Thanks, Jim.
Well done, fellas.
Take
care.